Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today on the Ridge, we are once again in the off-grid solar power shed. Today, we're going to start working on the hardy board backing, get some Unistrut up there, get that hardy board painted nice, white, and pretty. Then we're going to start getting the inverters mounted, and I got a bunch of new raceway to install as well. Let's go inside, check it out. Go inside the power shed. Ooh, lights come on nice and bright. Okay, this is what we gotta do today. We gotta get this hardy board. I got two pieces, 3x5, horizontally mounted. I think that's 10 feet. This room is about 11.5 feet or so. So we'll get those mounted up. We gotta check the spacing using this template right here. This template is for our EG4 6000XP inverters. I got 3 of them to install. So once we get the hardy board up there, centered up at the right height, we'll be able to place these up there the appropriate distance apart from each other. We're going to mount them with that Unistrut down there, that metal bracing. So that will mount along the back. There we go. And that'll line up with the holes for our template there. And of course, I got all these spring nuts and bolts and washers and all that. And once we get those inverters installed, we got this raceway right here. That's right, this is a 6-inch raceway. Already got the holes in it. There's 10 feet of it, so that'll go along below the inverters down there. I got the end pieces for it. Our batteries are right here, and this will not be the final resting spot for the batteries. I've got still some open things to think about here, guys, because we got to follow code here in West Tennessee. I'm in Fayette County, and and the state of Tennessee follows 2017 NFPA 27. I'm sorry, NEC 2017 NEC National Electric Code, and the 2017 has some older code requirements for solar PV photovoltaic. So we're going to make sure we adhere to that with our conduit and our wiring and all that. And of course, we're going to follow the manufactured instructions for our inverters and our batteries. You'll see a lot of people on YouTube doing the DIY. They do not follow manufacturer's instructions or NEC. I'm going to try my best. If you have any comments about how I plan on doing it right or wrong, leave them down below. I am really curious because I am not a residential electrician. My background is industrial. I did 30 years industrial and also nuclear electrical on U.S. submarines. So not a residential electrician, and this is my big first foray into huge solar power like this too. I've done power systems in the industrial area, but not home residential solar. So I've got a lot to learn, but I think it's going to be pretty exciting. There's a 200 amp panel right there I got to install. We'll get that mounted on some Unistrut as well. Of course, we already have our EG4 mini split. Hopefully you already seen the video of that install. That was pretty cool. I think you'll enjoy that. All right, I got my paint materials and everything. I think everything is ready. Well, let's get to work. I'm pretty sure we are 11 feet 6 inches here. Let's see, 11 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 11 feet 5 inches. Okay, so knowing that, I got 10 feet here, or 5 feet, yeah, 10 feet here. So that'd be 1 foot 6 inches. That'd be 9 inches on either side. So we should have 9 inches on either side. I can mark those out, and I gotta get my height figured out as well. Again, this is 3 feet. And I'm going to have these mounted like this. So this is 27 inches. So 36 minus 27, that should tell me where my spacing is that way. Now, I need to be 19.7 from the top to be for the manufacturer's recommendation. That's right there, okay? So I can put a mark right there. That'll be, so about 3 inches above that should be where the hardy board goes. Let me get all these measurements written down, marked on the wall. See if I can get this put up by myself. All right, I got my mark where the top of the hardy board should go. Got a little line right here. Because that hardy board's so heavy and I'm just not gonna be able to hold it and put the first screw in, I'm gonna put a little ledger down below it. So if I put a ledger down below it, I can set it on the ledger, and then we should be good. You know, set it on there, and then I can get a couple screws in. I got the level marks here, and of course I ain't too worried about leaving a couple screw holes. I'll cover this up with the raceway I'm putting down. There we are. All right, let me get the other one to level it up. Right there. That level should be. Let me go ahead and get my level out. Yeah, level in your pocket. That's what you should have, right? You should always have a level in your pocket. All right. All right, there's level. There we go. All right, let's see again how level that looks. Oh my gosh, that looks perfectly level. I don't know if you're in the same angle I am, but that is perfectly level. Now, I've got to lift that hardy board up there, and we're going to be using these Power Pro cement board screws. These are 2.5 inch number 9s, and that should, when I put them in the studs, which, you know, I know where the studs are, 16 on center, that should hold that cement board up perfectly. Here goes nothing. Please don't let me break this cement board, because I only bought 2 of them. That would be bad. All right, get this. Ooh, I got 3 screws in that. That should be more than enough to hold it. Get that sit right on top of there. All right. Oh, that's perfect there. I gotta come down. Where are we at? Almost right there. Right. Oh, that's right there. Right there is perfect. I like what I see there. And where is my, right there. I'll get the first one in right here. And this is a no pre-drill. You don't have to pre-drill with these screws. So this should. There we go. That should hold that. That's pretty level right there. Again, I'm going to paint this. This is going to work, guys. All right, we got a stud right here. Perfect. I think I got another stud. Let's see, right here. That's right. Nice. All right, last one across the top. Now I should be able to take my ledger board off here without fear of anything falling. At least that's the plan, at least. All right, next one. Oops, where'd my bit go? Oh, it's inside there. Get this off. All right, and then the middle. Okay, here we go, guys. Will it fall? All right, yeah. All right, let's see if we can get the next one leveled up. Got it marked with my lines. That's good, and it's, oops, I gotta get it on there. Gotta get it level with the bottom of that. Right there. That looks good. Looks good right there. Pretty good. Yep. All right, so let me get a screw in here. Whew. Man. Starting to get warmer here. I might turn my mini split air conditioner on. Let me make sure it's level. Level. Do I want it? Oh, hey, that's pretty darn level right there. Oops, I gotta get the other screw in to ensure it stays level. All right, that's the bottom of that. Let's see here, right here. Come on now. Right there. Now for the moment of truth again. Oh, how will it fit? Will it fit like a glove or will it not? Let's see how that looks. Okay, all the way up against there. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Amazing. All right, let's get this first screw in. Where's my, right here is the stud. Make sure I get the same distance. Perfect. All right, let me get another couple screws on the stud lines. All right, let me get the level on there and see if that is actually level. Oh yeah, I love it. All right, looks like the stud is right there. Get this next one in. Make sure I see it, yeah, right there. Yep. All right, now should be able to take that ledger off. All right, here we go. Ta-da! It stayed. All right. All right, I got 32 of these cement bore screws to get in. I think I'll do this in time lapse. Come on.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, hauling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for a collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in, breathe out. Hey, come alive.
All right. Whoo, buggy. That's a lot of screws. Solid as a rock though. Solid as cement. Before I go to painting all this, I need to get my placement down. First thing is on my Unistrut here. These holes marked, they're already 16 on center. So I just got to make sure I get a stud under each of those. And to do that, I'm going to cut off about this much off each end. That way it'll be about right there. And then the first hole onto this stud, and cut, and that way I'll be short on this end a little bit too. That way everything is OCD Tim, you know, everything's got to, I can't have an inch hanging off this side and an inch less on that side. Can't have that, can't have that. All right, safety glasses, earplugs, check. All right. Nice to have a sharp blade, that's for sure. Oh yeah. Now that I got these the right length, I can get my templates up there, find out where these go, get these pre-mounted, and then we can take them off and paint everything, get this back on, and guys, let's get these inverters installed. know I'm going to be 500 millimeters or 19 3/4 inches away from the wall. I'm not really too worried about away from the wall right now, as I am where my top Unistrut's going to be, which should be 19 3/4, 500 millimeters from the top. So really, right there. So that right there is going to be where the center of the top Unistrut goes. Actually, I'm going to put a right there. Actually, no. I need to do this, don't I? Because that hole necessarily won't be right there. Yeah, that's 500 millimeters. So I'll let me clear that off. But that right there, and let's come down here, do another one. I guess I don't really need the template, do I? Just I want to get it level though. All right. There's 500. All right. Let me get a couple more of these in, get the level on it, and that'll be where the center, well, actually the top of that, so the center of the hole is just below it. So that should be all right. Went ahead and actually marked where the inverters are going. So right here is where 1's going. Right here is where 2's going. And right here is where 3 is going. That is a lot of space in between, but that is what the manufacturer recommends, 500 millimeters. I have more than 500 there, 500, 500, and more than 500. And right here is where the actual 3 holes are. So I just got to make sure those 3 holes are in the center of that Unistrut. I can actually lift the Unistrut up here and put it right where I can see these holes, and then make sure my holes are on studs and fasten the Unistrut. Do the top one, right here's where the bottom one goes, those holes right there. And once I get the Unistrut mounted up there, I can take it down and get everything painted. All right, I am centered up with the holes, centered up. Ah, come on now. Centered up with the, there we go. Whew. All right, I got my fender washers on there. Let me just see if this lines up. Oh, it does perfectly. Okay, I got to make sure I can get every stud in. I adjusted the Unistrut up a little bit so this hole is level, that hole down there is level. So I should be able to get one right here in this stud. I can do it without popping anything. Get this washer in there. Ow, that's my finger. All right. Everything still looks perfect on this end. See if I can get this washer down in the hole there. There we go. Get that started. Right there. Perfect. Tighten the one back up on the other end. Let me get the rest of these in the top Unistrut. We'll start on the bottom one. All right, that looks wonderful. Let's check the Johnson level. See how level it looks. Oh my goodness, guys. Can you tell? Can you tell? That is level. And I got them all on there. And I've marked on there where each one goes when I go to put it back. And this is the top Unistrut, and this is the right side. So that should let me know. I'm going to go ahead and mirror the bottom and be right back. perfectly level. Everything looks amazing there. The question is, how will it fit with the template? So if I put the template up with the holes just in the center of the hole right there, do they meet the bottom? Oh, look at that. Look at that. That looks like it's going to mate up perfectly. I'm excited. Oh yeah. Let's get this Unistrut off of here. Now that we already have the holes, now we can paint the back, the hardy board, get everything nice and pretty and white. We'll remount the Unistrut, and then it's time to put the inverters on. Oh yeah. We got the Unistrut off. We are ready to paint. I'm going to be using this Valspar Express Coat interior paint. Nothing special, it is flat. We will get this opened up, and I've already shaken it. Shaken and not stirred. Money penny, I want it shaken and not stirred. You might know what that's from. I bet some of you do. Okay, let's get that in there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Maybe I do need to stir it a little bit. Let me pour some into there, and then we'll commence to painting. Hopefully not getting dirty. I don't want to get my RidgeLife shirt dirty, or my EG4 equipment or anything like that. That's why I got this plastic right here. So hopefully I can stay clean. Hopefully. Okay. Oh yeah. Make it clean. Wipe that off there. Don't want to make a mess. All right. That should be good. Enough to start with. And get my roller. Again, this is just a flat white. Ooh. I am not a painter. I do not profess to be a painter. I don't even play a painter on YouTube. But I'm going to paint. All right. Try not to drip too much. No, I'm not putting a sheet down. It's a power shed. I mean, if I get a little drip, I get a little drip. That's just what happens. I guarantee this hardy board is going to suck up this paint though. Going to suck it up. Look at that. Yeah, I might need this whole gallon on here. That's a lot. That is going to be a lot. Again, I want to go slow. It's going to be so pretty, guys. Get this all white. I mean, most people, you've probably seen on the DIY solar channels, they just leave this stuff hardy colored. Tim can't do that. Tim's got to be a little OCD. Got to get everything just so, like the church lady says. Isn't that special? All right. Who remembers the church lady? I remember the church lady. Isn't that special? All right. Well, let me get this painted. I know watching me do this is like watching paint dry. Literally. Oh my gosh, if you guys could see the sunset out there, you would know it's getting late in the day. I'm going to get 2 coats on this, and then we'll be back to put the Unistrut back on and mount the inverters tomorrow. I mean, I know that's what you want to see. You want to see inverters mounted in the shed here. I know, because it's exciting. It's exciting to see progress. And that's what I want to see too, is progress. And so this is going to take a while. I'm going to definitely have to get 2 coats on this. Let's see where. Yes, definitely going to take 2 coats, maybe even 3. Because again, you guys know how OCD I am. Get this in there. Okay, so let me get this painted, guys. And I will come back and see you bright and early in the morning. Let's go. Welcome back. Good morning. It is done. That's right. We got the painting done. I think it turned out pretty good. Tell me what you think. Looky there. Sorry about the LED frequency lines going across the screen. When you have a white background like this, these LED lights create these black lines that go across the screen, especially on these GoPros. You got to adjust the frequency to get that out, and it's really hard. But look at this. We got everything painted. I think it looks amazing. We got the top painted. We got the bottom painted. Now it's time to get this Unistrut put back on. Let me get that installed. We'll come back. Then we'll be putting on the inverters. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that looks good. And I did verify the distance between the center line of here and the center line of here should be the distance from the center line to that hole to that hole. I mean, it's going to be close, but I'm pretty sure I got it. There is a little bit of adjustment in these spring nuts. You do get just a little bit of adjustment up and down, not much, but I think we'll be okay. And I do have, you know, quarter 20 bolts, quarter washers, quarter lock nuts, and of course those spring nuts. Everything should be good. Now we can see what is in the box. What is inside the EG4 6000XP box? I'm excited. I'm super excited. Open this up. All right, there's another template. Of course, I've already had one of these open to steal that template out of there. Get this top cover. Oh, gotta get this. This is the dongle. This is the thing that allows everything to talk. So you gotta make sure you don't lose that. And of course, we've got a manual here. Now, if I was putting it into, these are expanding bolts. I'm not gonna be using those expanding bolts since I've got Unistrut. Get this off of here. Oh my gosh, that looks wonderful. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's an all-in-one. This is the EG4 6000XP all-in-one. It's got disconnects, it's got breakers, it's got everything I need. Let me get this out of the box and I'll show you a little bit more about it. Ethernet cables for communications. I think that's it. Let me get this big old bad boy out of here. Weighs, I think, 53 pounds. 53 pounds. All right. Where's the easy way? Oh, right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Get that off of there. Let's see. Best way to set it on this corner here. Get this closed up. This is a heavy mamby-jamby. All right. Get it on top of here. Get this plastic off. Let's see what it looks like. It's Christmas time on the ridge. All right. All right, let me get it unwrapped. I'll bring you in closer. Ooh, this looks amazing. We can see right here, we got our exhaust fans. You got to keep these inverters cool. Of course, I got a mini split to help that out also. So inverter exhaust fans. This is where the dongle plugs in for communications. This is the EPS, emergency power switch supply. Turn this on and off to go off battery. We can see right here we have the battery breaker. We have a built-in 200 amp battery breaker. Then we have the load breaker, which is 50 amp, grid 50 amp, generator 50 amp. I will only be using load and eventually generator. Come over here. We've got our on-off main switch. You can just emergency turn that off and kill everything. Very, very nice. Intake filter. Main power on-off. You want to see control power come up. That's where that is. And then on the bottom, they've conveniently labeled what I'll be running in each hole. COM, communications, battery input, load, that's the AC output, grid not used, generator eventually used, and this is the PV photovoltaic, that's the solar panel input. And you can see these pretty much line up with this. I don't know if it's going to line up when I actually get them up there, but of course I can always add one more hole there and just use whatever I need. So that is the X6000XP. Next thing we need to do, get it on the wall. I think I'll start right in the center of the Unistrut here, and I'll slide my spring nuts on here. One in the center. Don't want to forget the one in the center first, because that'd be hard to get back in there, won't it? So let's get one right here, and I'll adjust it as I'm just going to put one bolt in first, probably without a washer or nut or any, or without a washer or lock washer or anything, just so I can get it hanging. And then I'll be able to get these lined up. All right, here we go. Can I do this? Can I do it? I gotta get it on there. Get it lined up. Oh, almost had it. Lift, Tim, lift. Right there. Oh, so close. Get it started. I'll bring you in closer for some of the next ones, but I gotta get this one started. Woo! Goodness gracious. Got it on there. All right. Whoo, goodness. That was scary. Now I got the bolt, flat washer, and lock washer. I should be able to rotate that. These bolts may be a little bit too long. I may need to go with some shorter bolts. Let me see when we get it on here. Got that one started. Let me get another one for this side. Same thing over here. I got it pretty lined up. Go this way just to, my finger. All right. Yeah, I had it pretty lined up. Got that one started. These bolts may not be too. Let me get the center one out. Get the center one out here. And then put the lock washer and nut on it. Oh, that's some heavy. 53 pounds, I think is what it said. Get that on there. And then I'll see if I can get the bottom to line up. There we are. Okay, I'm not tightening these up yet. I'm just getting about a 1/4 inch out. That way I got room to play with at the bottom. All right. Woo! Note to self. Put the spring nuts on the bottom before mounting the inverter. Now I gotta get these on here without knocking anything down. Let's see here. Go this way. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. Come on, come on. Rotate. Get in there. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, it lined up. Whew. All right, that one's lined up. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Same thing on the outside here. There we go. Boy, I do like these spring nuts better than some alternatives. You know, at least, you know, if your holes, you can adjust your holes very, very easy with these spring nuts. If I was to actually pre-drill holes, I mean, of course, you have the template, but oh my gosh, that would just, you know, you're always off just a little bit with these spring nuts. You're always right on. All right. Whew, okay. First one. See if I can get it in there. I'm gonna have to lift up just a little bit. I brought a chair in here to make the life a little simpler. Work smarter, not harder, right? All right, lift up. Get that started. All right, we got that one in. Oh, no, it dropped. All right, let's see if I can get this one on the edge here first. Let me see if I can just lift up just a little bit. Oh, Tim, don't drop it. What happened? Oh, it slid. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, right there. Let's do this again. Let's pull this down. Get that started. Okay, now I got it. Where'd this one go? Right there it is. I'm still centered up. Put that in there. All right. Get in the hole. Get in my belly. All right, there's the other one. Oh, nowhere to go. Oh, there's the floor. Okay. Gotta get this one lined up a little better. There we are. All right. Let me go get a wrench and I'll lift up a little bit, get the bottoms tightened, and we'll tighten the top down, make sure our bolt's the right length. I might have needed a little bit shorter bolts, but I think we're good. I think I'm actually gonna start with the top. I'll lift up, get it centered in the rail, and tighten them down. I think that's gonna be best. So I'm just gonna lift. There we go. Oh, I think the bolt's gonna be just the right length. Oops, a little bit too much torque on that bolt. Luckily I got more. Yeah, I definitely don't want to tighten these down too much. Now, I could probably also use some fender washers behind the actual inverter itself over the Unistrut. That would help it stand out more, give a little more space. The 3/4 inch bolts are probably better than the 1 inch. So I'm learning here on this first one. I can always come back and replace these one by one or put some washers behind them. Because once you got it on the wall, it moves pretty easy. I can slide washers up there. But right now I'm just going to get them all tightened down. Not too tight. And that way we can get all three of them mounted on the wall. I do believe I'm ready to mount the other inverters. I got the spring nuts pre-positioned. I think I got them right. Right distance, everything. I can do fine adjustments later. I got each of the two already unboxed and staged. There we go. I think I can do this. Let's see if I can not break something again. All right. Moment of truth. Can I do it? Ugh. Oh, man. I gotta get this up here. It's heavy. All right. Get it up into position. Hold it right there. Right there. Okay. Right there. Tim, you got this. You got this. Start. Come on. I got it. Whew. Get enough in there to hold it. All right. Whew. Goodness. All right. Whew. That's scary. That was scary. All right, where'd the other one go? Oh, I put it in the wrong one. I put it in the right one. Oh, Tim, you're an idiot. All right, that's what happens when you get tired. I gotta move it over. That was a bonehead move. Yep, yeah, I'm leaving this in here. Y'all can laugh at me all you want. I did notice there's two handles on the side of this thing. That kind of makes it easier. Right there, right there. All right, Tim. Get a bolt. Put it in. Got it. Oh, first try. Looks like everything's lined up pretty good. There we go. Whew. I'm gonna get enough threads in there to. All right, there we go. All right. That should stay right there. All right. Let's move down and get this one in. Whew, guys. That was crazy. Oh, all right, middle one this time. Middle one. Ugh. All right, it's in there. I wish it had little slots. These holes are just holes. They don't have the little slot, big at the bottom, small at the top where you can like set it on a pre-put in bolt. Can't do that. But, whoo, don't fall. There we go. All right, whoo. I got it up there. All right, now I can get the rest of the screws, or bolts. Pull up a little bit. I think I can get it in there. Yes. All right, same thing over here. Lift up just a little bit. Get it, all right, all right. All right, now let me get the bottom. Let's see if I can get these to line up. Not too bad. That one's good. Yeah. Unistrut is the way to go, in case I haven't said that already. I can't imagine doing this any other way. So much better. All right. All right, I'll come back and tighten these. Let's get that one spaced and get the bolts in. Last one. Let's see if I can get it without having too much trouble. All right. Oh yeah, I think I may be getting the hang of this. Not enough that I want to become a professional solar installer, but at least I can play one on YouTube. All right, let me get the chair here so I can get the bottom ones without too much consternation. Helps to have a little screwdriver to line up your spring nuts. All right, that one's in. Yeah, I think I'm going to come back with some square washers to go behind the inverter, and then the 1-inch bolts will probably work. The fact that I didn't use square washers behind it maybe is what led this to me do this. Or I could just leave it the way it is and put 3/4-inch bolts in. All righty, let's get everything tightened down. All right, not too tight, Tim. Not too tight. All right. See the bottom. That one's already tight. And the last one. Woo! Booyah! Ooh, looky there, looky there. 3 inverters mounted perfectly. We can see, still got the little film on there. I'm going to leave that on there until I commission them. Everything looks amazing. Oh, guys, this is an exciting moment. This truly is an exciting moment for me, at least, because everything is right where it should be as far as the progress here on the off-grid solar power shed. So we've got these 3 inverters, and these are EG4 6000XPs, and we've got these EG4 server rack batteries. There's 6 in each one, and of course I have the EG4 mini split up there. If you want to get one of these for yourself, go to signaturesolar.com. I have a link down in the description. It's a RidgeLife affiliate link, doesn't cost you any extra. I get a little jing from Signature Solar. I do appreciate it. So the next thing on the agenda, install the raceway troughs. That's right. Going to install those right below the inverters there. And I have definitely, with 20 inches in between, I definitely have enough room for, I'm thinking about just having the trough be DC, and then having the AC come up and go over to the 200 amp panel right there. So I'll have just conduit maybe for those. That should work. And I have to have DC bus work. And of course getting, that's 1200 amps possibility of DC coming out of these batteries. That is a lot. So lots more to do here on RidgeLife. Make sure you stay tuned. It's all gonna happen. It's gonna happen quickly too. So if you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up. Let's see, like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of my channels. If you got a hype on a mobile device, punch it. I do appreciate that. So guys, love every single one of you. And until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day. Go RidgeLife. Woo!